Hey guys, it's Alexandria. And I used to make content on Instagram, and now I've switched over to YouTube, and the type of content I like to make are vlogs, talking videos, TV show commentary, and movie commentary. If you're new here, subscribe down below, and if you're not new here, welcome back to this channel. Guys, I'm wearing a shirt. It is not my skin color. This is a t-shirt, so yeah, in case anybody was questioning themselves that. Hold on guys, let me sit you guys up. In today's video, I don't have any notes if you've been subscribed to this channel, but with this video I actually don't even need notes because of how educated I am on this topic. But today we're actually going to be talking about, if you can read by the title, the rise and fall of the natural hair influencer community. There has been definitely a recent downfall in the natural hair community, period, with people going back to relaxers recently and things like that. But I want to specifically talk about the natural hair influencer community. I think the natural hair community and the natural hair influencer community are definitely two different things that definitely need to be discussed and talked about. So let's just talk about the rise. Before the natural hair influencer community on Instagram came, obviously there was a natural hair influencer community on YouTube, and a lot of those natural hair influencer ladies were women. Like, they were like grown. They had to be at least always like 23 years old plus. There was no one ever anybody younger than that, and that's what we were all learning our hairstyles from. Maybe somebody like I Am Treya or Natu Curly or Natural 85, Jasmine Brown, maybe even, you know, everyone was like older, so there was really like no need. And then on Instagram, I remember between the years of 2017 to 2018, there was no influencer on Instagram, natural hair influencer on Instagram. If you were, basically the women who did their videos on YouTube would just cut it down into a 60-second video and upload it onto Instagram, and then be like, yeah, go subscribe to my channel if you're seeing this on the explore page. It was basically started out quite mellow. Then this is now, we're now gonna get into the actual rise. So being a natural hair influencer kind of always been a thing since like YouTube first started. Not like in 2005 when YouTube first started, but like after a couple years of its stardom, you know, doing natural hair on the internet started to become pretty normal. But it wasn't up until 2019 when people and teenage girls actually started to do their hair on the internet. What I'm saying is, instead of it just being grown women cutting their YouTube videos down to 60 seconds, it would be a lot of teenage girls coming on and doing their hair, already making a 60-second video without YouTube and posting that and hoping that they can grow their natural hair influencer stardom. I can speak from this because if you guys know, if you've been with me for a really long time, if you're a new subscriber, you obviously don't know, but in my intro I said I used to make content on Instagram. I actually used to be more now. I've never really wanted to ever label myself a natural hair influencer because I still always did skits and funny videos here and there and a couple of edits, but for the most part I definitely did do natural hair, and that's why I'm so educated on the rise and fall of the natural hair influencer community, because I remember in 2019 there was definitely a rise. I didn't start doing my natural hair until August of 2019, so I was kind of late in the year. But I remember the summer of 2019, so June of 2019, I remember starting to see so many girls on my explore page doing their hair. It wasn't a lot of girls, it was like a small portion, but they weren't the grown women that I always saw on YouTube, and they would transfer over their stuff to Instagram. The real rise didn't start until 2020. Quarantine happened and everyone was cooped up in the house and literally had nothing else to do but, well, I guess do their hair. Let's talk about the community in itself. I remember being a part of the natural hair influencer community, and it literally was just like the most fun thing in the world. Whether that be talking to like new people and knowing where like people are from, like someone could be across the country, across the world. People would literally be from everywhere. There'll be girls living in Nigeria, there would be girls living in Jamaica, then there'll be girls from Canada, the UK, and there'll be girls like across the country from me. So someone could be from California or Oregon or literally any place of the sort. And I remember at the time when everyone just wanted to have fun and grow their pages together. It was really no competition at who can hit the most first. It basically was just, oh my gosh, we're all friends and let's have fun together. And I remember there would just be group chats being made. People would make group chats, and that's how a lot of people became like really close friends during that time of 2020, especially in like the beginning of 2020 before COVID hit, like January 2020, like, you know, when COVID really wasn't a thing yet, like it was only just in Wuhan. Especially during that time, everybody started making group chats. That's when everyone really started starting their natural hair influencer pages, because I guess it had been a lot of girls' New Year's resolution to start an Instagram page. So that's where that high rise really did come from. You know, people just reaching out to one another, girls wanting to be each other's friends. Everybody just wanted to be each other's friend, and everybody wanted to talk to each other and have a good time. Now let's talk about working with brands during that time. Working with brands during that time was one of the most easiest times to work with a brand, because let me tell you, back when Instagram's algorithm was not jacked up like how it is now, Instagram, if you're watching this video, change your algorithm to how it was back in like the period of April 2020 to like September 2020. That was a good algorithm. That was a good algorithm. I remember in August of 2019 and up until like January of 2020, I mean, my videos would get out, but it would have to be like a specific video that would be eye-catching to the eye. During the time of March 2020 and September 2020, you could post a video and literally anyone could see it. I think that was the best time of Instagram algorithm. And Instagram, like I said, if you're watching this video, change your algorithm back to that. That was a good algorithm. And y'all always want to compete with TikTok. Well, maybe if you want to be like TikTok, go back to your old algorithm, because TikTok, you can post anything and go viral on TikTok. Instagram, if you go back to that old algorithm, you could be the same. But anyways, off of the Instagram algorithm, but that was a perfect time to really start making your hair page, because it was so easy to find brands, because brands would use hashtags. You could just look up the hashtag brand ambassador or hashtag small business, and you could find a small business and talk to them and reach out to them. Small businesses were definitely more easier to work with than someone who was big. It was kind of hard to work with them because they were working with so many different other people, and it was kind of hard for them to get back to you. But if you always went to a brand that had at least like 5,000 followers and under, I would always try to get brands who literally just started their like business, like just started. Oh, that's a good tip for anybody who wants to become a brand ambassador of some place or anything. Always get a business that just started, like they probably just made their page 2 days ago. Like, always get them, because they will be so excited to have you. And of course, during that time, working with brands was fun, especially small businesses, because they actually talk to you like as if that was your friend too. They will always make sure when your order was on the way, y'all could kind of just talk a little bit and catch up with each other. Hey, how you doing? How's business? It was really just friendly. And during that time, it kind of really just became friendly. Now we're gonna talk about the plateau of the natural hair influencer community. After once like October 2020 hit, October, November, it was to like June of 2021, there was definitely a plateau within the natural hair influencer community. Now the reason why there was a plateau is because then at this point, everyone wanted to be a natural hair influencer. It wasn't like, oh, I love her so much. And it was to the point where everyone was doing it. And that's why there was a plateau. That's why no one could really grow their platform, is because everyone was doing it. Because people obviously didn't want to follow each other. People thought they were famous. What I mean by that is, I remember seeing girls, right? They would only follow like 10 people, but turn around only had 50 followers. And maybe like 10 of those followers were like their friends from school, maybe some family members, and the rest of the 40 would be actual natural hair influencers who followed them, and they really didn't follow them back unless they were like big and had over 100k or like 50k. Everyone started to really think that they were better than everyone else. This is just my personal opinion. I know if you're like an ex natural hair influencer or R1, you may disagree with me, but I do think everyone really started to put themselves on a high pedestal. And then this is when being a natural hair influencer, especially among teenagers, really was not fun anymore. It wasn't fun. Everyone wanted to do it. Everyone thought they could sit themselves on a high pedestal, and everyone thought that they could hit 1,000 followers in a week. And some girls actually did manage to do that, but I personally believe that some girls either paid to get promoted, so they would pay like bigger influencers to get followed, or they possibly could have bought the followers. I don't think during that time, I don't think anyone really grew authentically after that time, because I would see so many girls who like just started their hair pages. It would literally say like uploaded 5 days ago, and they already had 1,000 followers. I'm like, you just started. Why do you already have 5,000? Me, I remember when I first started, it took me 2 months to even get to 100. Let alone, it took me almost a year to get to 1,000. So, I didn't understand why these girls were growing so fast. But I guess it's just the fact that everyone wants to be known. Everyone wants to be seen. That's why there was a plateau in the natural hair influencer community, because everyone wanted to do it. No one was following each other. And that's why so many girls, I remember noticing that they were like, guys, I've been at 5,200 for so long. Like, could someone just follow me, promote my stuff? And no one would follow them, because everyone wanted to be a natural hair influencer, and everyone thought they were better than everyone else. The new set of girls that really started coming in, because I remember I was just part of the old set of girls, and we all followed each other, we all liked each other. Like, by the time these new girls started rolling around, they really thought they were up here. Honey, you just started, you really don't know anything, you really need to be down here. But they put themselves on a high pedestal. And like the girls, I remember like there was this one girl, she had started her page like 2 weeks, she already had 1.5k. She already had that many like followers, and she only followed like 25 people, literally. And I think she thought, now that I'm at 1,000, I don't need to follow anybody, this is me, this is what I have to do. And it's crazy to me how people did that, and it wasn't fair, because there were so many other girls who really grew their platforms authentically and, you know, tried their best, and no one was following them because everyone was being selfish and put themselves on a high pedestal.
This is Editing Lizandria, but something I do want to mention is I don't want anyone in this video to think I'm coming across as a hater or anything, but let me tell you, it would happen to some girls who really did grow authentically, but it started to become sus when the new wave of girls, when everyone was hitting 1,000 in a week. I said, what happened? Like, with some girls, it would actually happen. I guess because, you know, they got blessed with it, you know? It just so happened that they posted one video and they blew up. It started to become sus when everyone was doing it. So that's what I meant by that. I think you guys maybe think, oh, she a hater. She a hater. She just mad because it went. No. Because it really just started to become sus when everyone was hitting 1,000 in a week. That didn't make any sense to me, because typically there would be so many, like beforehand, there would be so many girls who they didn't hit 1,000 until like months later, and that was authentic growth. But when the new set came in, everyone was hitting 1,000 in a week. So that's what I mean by that. So that's why I said it was an authentic growth. That's why they went and probably paid someone to help them grow their account, because they knew they didn't want to be down here for that long. All right, back to the video.
Now let's talk about the downfall of the natural hair influencer community, because now after the plateau, it didn't rise back up again. There was a downfall. After that, I think so many girls really started noticing that their pages were not growing anymore, or so many girls just fell out of love with doing their hair on Instagram. A lot of girls' hair became unhealthy because they were doing excessive rubber band styles in their hair, excessive washing, which broke their hair off or even just made it super duper damaged and unhealthy. So a lot of girls just ended their hair pages because they were like, you know what, I'm not growing, and I'm not happy anymore. They're like, guys, my hair is super duper unhealthy, and I don't think that, you know, doing my hair on Instagram is the best thing for me, so I'm ending this page, I'm disabling my account. Or some girls just quit posting in general. Like there's so many natural hair influencers that I used to follow that just like stopped uploading one day. Like they just stopped and they didn't do anything, and I still follow them, some of them on their like main accounts, and they still are active. They're just not doing hair anymore, because hair is not their passion. Hair is something that they just don't want to do anymore. They got bored with it. But some girls really did come forth and say, guys, I'm not happy with this content, guys, I'm sick of doing this content. I'm actually quitting this page and I'm gonna disable this account. Some girls, like I said, their hair got super duper damaged and unhealthy because of doing excess styles each and every single day. And everyone always used to clown me for doing mini twists and doing something else. During that time period, my hair was unhealthy and I was trying to get it back on its track. So my hair is now fuller now, it's healthier than what it used to be. So mini twists really did come in clutch. It was a plateau and then a downfall because people really, especially the new wave of girls that came in, not wanting to follow back other influencers because they already had set themselves up here. They weren't like, okay, I'm gonna start from the bottom and I'm gonna work my, no. They immediately thought they were up here. So what they did, I knew it wasn't authentic growth when I would see so many girls who started the account 5 days ago and already had 1,000. That's not authentic, because if it was really authentic, you wouldn't have not grown that fast. I'm gonna be honest, because there are so many natural hair influencers, or used to, that I know that did not grow that fast. It took them a while for them to grow. So I know you had to ask another big influencer, pay them through Cash App to promote you on their story. Because once like some of the girls finally got big, like 10K, they would pay. It was no more shout out for shout outs. It was, okay, you have to pay me through Cash App if you want to be on this page. So I guarantee you a lot of those girls, they started their page, they saw that a little bit of their friends and family followed them. And they said, you know what, I'm going to ask this big influencer that has 60K to put me on her page. And I'm going to ask multiple, pay them through Cash App so I can go on and just get 1,000. And it was not authentic growth. I don't think that's authentic growth. Authentic growth is when you're not asking anybody for help. Even though during that time period of the rise of the natural hair influencer community, we loved doing shout out for shout outs. Shout out for shout outs was life at the time. Like doing shout outs for shout outs was the thing. I think shout out for shout outs is a part of authentic growth because it's authentic people who followed one of your natural hair influencer friends. So it is considered authentic growth, but I think paying someone to grow your account is not authentic. Someone doing it free and it's a mutual consent and concepts, you're like, okay, fine. On the other hand, if you're asking someone and you're paying someone, that's not authentic. So I hope you guys understand what I'm saying with that, but it was definitely a downfall because now I'm no longer doing my hair on the internet like at all. I do it from time to time, but trust me, I rarely ever do it now because it's not what I want to do. I started having my own plateau in my own Instagram because no one was following me anymore, because everyone was growing and buying followers and no one was following each other back. So it was really hard for me to grow. And then I fell out of love with the content, not because I was sick of it and my hair was unhealthy, but simply because I could not do my hair anymore. I had recently gotten a job, and with the job I was always there, so there was really ever no time to ever do my hair. And now that I'm a college student, I definitely don't have time to do my hair. Like in the middle of exam week, I don't have time to do my hair. Like I don't have time for it. Now I really only do wigs or protective styles like this, and most of the time it's wigs because this entire year I've worn a wig pretty much the entire year of 2020. I did a protective style back in June, but this is the second one that I did this year. Y'all, and did y'all know, if you're seeing me, did y'all know that girl that went viral for doing this, she didn't do it first. It was me. I'm sorry to burst that bubble. I'm so sorry. But I've been doing this style for years. And people used to tell me this was ugly. People used to look at me funny. And then that girl that finally posted it this year, people finally thought it was cute. It kind of stung my heart a little bit, you know? But the girl that went viral for it, congrats. You blew up the style. Now people are finally seeing the beauty of it. Well, I hope you guys enjoy. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Especially subscribe. And I hope that you have a good day. Bye.